Hello and welcome to Dishing Delights. My name is Jenica and today I'm going to share with you a What's for Dinner video. Today I'm going to focus on simple meals. In the summer I do not meal plan at all, so we kind of just go with the flow, and this week is a great representation of that. To start off, I'm going to make a Stromboli. It wasn't supposed to be a Stromboli. I was supposed to make a pizza, but I did forget to move the dough before I put all the ingredients on top of that pizza, so it kind of became a Stromboli. And that's the great thing about this channel, is I make mistakes almost every single week and I get to share those with you. So today I made a pizza dough. I actually made a double batch so I could save some for later. I am now just going to take that dough, I'm going to spread it out until it's the desired thickness, and then I'm going to top it with my toppings. Today I wanted to make a barbecue chicken pizza for my husband, so I just added marinara and regular cheese to mine. So right here I'm grating some cheddar cheese for my husband's side and some mozzarella cheese for mine. I also did kind of combine the two towards the end. But this as your standard cheese, I have the raw cheddar and then the mozzarella cheese. It's so good. As you can see here, I'm adding my barbecue sauce. I'm just adding a thin layer that just adds so much flavor. Some marinara on my side. I don't like too much marinara, so I'm trying to spread that thin as well. Here I'm adding my cheddar cheese to my husband's side. And then I'm going to go in with the mozzarella cheese and I'm going to add that as well. I'm trying to get all of that canned chicken off of my shelf because I want to can my own chicken this winter. So I'm using a can of that as well. And then I'm going in with some Parmesan cheese and topping some Parmesan cheese on top of the pizza. Right here, I am just taking some melted butter and I'm tossing that all around the edge of this pizza. And this is when I realized that it was going to be a Stromboli instead of a pizza. So I rolled it onto a cutting board so I could transfer it to a pan. And this is the best part about just always making mistakes, is you always know what to do when you make those mistakes after you do it 555 times in your life. I moved it onto the baking pan. I cut some slits in the top of it, and then I cooked it, I think, at 450 degrees until it was golden brown on top. I did take it out once and then looked at it and decided to put it in for a few more minutes, and this turned out absolutely phenomenal. We're actually happy that we did it this way, because when we reheated them the next day, we just tossed it into the air fryer and they turned out so delicious. And we had a little bit of leftover marinara that we could dip them in, and they were so good. I mean, look at that barbecue chicken one. So cheesy and so delicious. This was a 10 out of 10. Sometimes mistakes turn into the best meal ever. On Wednesday, we had some jalapeno poppers and some corn left over from a meal that we had on the weekend with some friends. So I took some of those jalapeno poppers, tossed them in the air fryer, and then I made some salmon patties. I am to the point now where I don't even use a salmon patty recipe. I just combine eggs, some sort of breadcrumbs. Today I decided to use Ritz crackers as my breadcrumb of choice. And then I add in my canned salmon. My personal favorite canned salmon is the Members Mark canned salmon because it doesn't have the crunchy bits. I know that so many people prefer the crunchy bits, but me and my husband just do not. So we use all of those ingredients and then we add whatever seasonings that we would like. Today I added some Cajun seasoning, some onion powder, and some garlic powder, and then I just mixed it up. I did end up adding in another egg and a few more Ritz crackers, but this just comes together so quickly, and it is definitely one of our favorite meals. If you want to add a little more flavor, you can add some diced onion, you can add a diced jalapeno, or you can add some hot sauce. Sometimes I do that, but just get a little bit creative. That way, every time you're making your salmon patties, you have a little bit of a variety. I've also used stuffing mix, and that's really good as a breading substitute. To my preheated cast iron pan, I'm adding some olive oil, and then I'm just going to fry these patties up one by one. And now that those patties are frying up, I'm going to take some of this corn off the cob, and after those salmon patties are done, I'm going to heat this up in that same cast iron pan. And now that our corn is all seasoned and cooked through, and our patties and our jalapeno poppers are done cooking, we are going to make up our plates. Now you can serve your salmon patties with an aioli, yum yum sauce, or just tartar sauce, but this is what we had on Tuesday night. The next night for dinner, we grilled out with some friends. Okay, in this I have a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of spicy brown mustard. That's what I had on hand. I should have used Dijon mustard, but I just didn't have any. I added in some fresh basil because I had some that was wilting, some cayenne pepper, rosemary. You can really add any seasonings you like, salt, pepper, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm just going to let that chicken marinate. Okay, I did not realize how big this chicken breast was. All right, well, I'm just going to let that marinate for at least an hour. Okay, I'm going to cut this chicken breast down. It needs to be done. So what I'm just doing is using my kitchen shears that are like absolutely not sharp anymore. And I'm going to break this down into 3 or 4 pieces. All right, I ended up cutting it into 5 pieces. Put it back in the fridge. For my veggies, I just went through my basket of veggies that I had on my countertop. I took some peppers that I got out of the garden, some potatoes that I bought from the store, and a couple different hot peppers as well. And I just diced them up and added them to this cast iron pan. I did end up going outside and grabbing a zucchini. I love having fresh zucchini around. I'm getting so sad that the season is coming to an end, but I threw that on top, and this was by far my favorite veggie skillet of the season. And then you can just add whatever seasonings you would like. I'm going to add some of this Montreal steak seasoning. That's what we always add to our veggie packets and grilled veggies. And then just because I know my husband's going to ask if there's any Cajun on it, a little bit of that. I'm going to add some of this ranch. I'm going to add some butter and some olive oil to the top. Honestly, probably just some olive oil. And I didn't end up getting a plate pick because we had friends over, but this is the deliciousness on the grill. I also had a balsamic glaze, and dipping the pork loin and that chicken in that was absolutely delicious. That's just a pre-marinated pork loin. This was a phenomenal meal. And for my next meal, it was just me for the night, so I decided to make a prepackaged salad and add some turkey. I never buy these kits unless they're on sale. It's just, they're so expensive, but they're so delicious. I was so happy to see this because I've been craving avocado and I never get it because they're $1.99 at my local grocery store. I need to go to Sam's Club because I love their little guacamole cups, and then you can just toss those in the freezer and pull them out as needed. They're so convenient. I mean, you cannot beat that. Less than $2. Oh wow. What is that dressing? It says salsa picante dressing with an avocado. Oh, that is delicious. I am so excited for this. When my husband came home, I made him another one of these kits. I got them for 99 cents a piece. That's what they are when they go on sale at our store. So I made him one up. I cut some turkey up for his, and this was his dinner as well. For tonight's dinner, I'm keeping it super simple. I made turkey meatballs, and I also made some roasted veggies. I just took some potatoes, zucchini, tomatoes, and an onion, and I tossed that into an oven at 350 degrees until they were fully cooked. And then I also cooked some meatballs. I am missing the footage of my meatballs, but I make it the same every single time. 1 pound turkey with an egg and then some breadcrumbs until it's the perfect texture. Add your seasonings, and that is super simple. These were absolutely delicious. I did top those meatballs with a little bit of barbecue sauce just for some flavor. And this was by far one of my favorite meals. I say that about every meal, but your girl loves food, okay? I have my meatballs, my veggies, a side of barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna add some Parmesan onto those vegetables. And that is what's for dinner. And then for our Sunday meal, we went to Zilantro's. My husband got 2 chicken and 1 beef tacos, and I ended up getting this steak torta. I think that's how you say it. This was the first time trying this because I wanted to see the texture of the bread because I want to make these on my own someday. But this was super delicious, especially with that guacamole salsa all over it. And that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification down below so you can be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you so much for watching.